Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from Kandao. This is the QooCam EGO 3D camera. This also comes with a 3D viewer that snaps on magnetically so you can instantly view your pictures and videos in 3D. This is going to be great for anyone that wants to create 3D content, people that are into VR or things like that. You're going to have no problems with the QooCam EGO. We're going to dig into it now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take a look at everything that comes in the box with the QooCam EGO. You're going to get a starter guide here and a warranty card, and you're also going to get a cleaning cloth, a microfiber cleaning cloth, to keep the device's screens clean. So you do get that included in the package. Now we also get a charge cable. This is a standard USB Type A to USB Type C charging cable that you can charge this up. You can use this to charge up this battery that will slide inside the unit as well. You can hook this up to any USB port on your laptop or your PC, or you can use an AC to USB adapter that you probably have from your phone as well. You do get this magnetic clip-on, and what that is, it'll clip onto the front, and it's a selfie mirror to kind of give you an idea if you're in frame or not. You also get this nice cloth, velvety type drawstring carry-in storage case, and you get a really nice lanyard as well if you want to attach the lanyard and you have it around your wrist so you don't drop it. Now included is of course the camera itself. It's got some nice weight to it. It comes in either black or white color. You can see you've got dual lenses on the front and dual microphones as well as the Kandao logo, and this is an overall compact but kind of a weighty package. Now you do have a spot on the bottom here that you can put it on a tripod if you want to use a tripod instead of handheld mode. You've got some buttons on the side for navigating through menus. You do have a full touch screen here as well. And on the top we're also going to have buttons, our shutter button and our power and mode button. On this side is a clasp that you pull down, and we'll take a look at that real quickly. And this is where you'll insert your battery and also connect the unit. So what you want to do with this is pull it down first and then out. So it takes a few moments to kind of get familiar with the clasp, but once you do, you can see that you've got a USB Type-C charging port there, or connect port so that you can offload files to your PC. You've got your battery compartment and then an SD card slot, micro SD card slot. I put a 128 gigabyte card in there for me, and it worked out just fine. Now included with the QooCam EGO is the viewer, and this is two separate panes as you can see, and what this will do is when you have things on the actual camera itself, you can bring them up and you can view it instantly in 3D, either video or still pictures as well. Now this is magnetically clasped on, so it can only go on one way. The lenses will be facing up the same as your shutter button, that red circle button there, and it clicks right into place and it fits on there, and then you can actually view your content as soon as you take it, so you can see if you got a good shot or not right there on the spot. So that works out really, really nice. So this is the unboxing of the QooCam EGO and everything that you get in the box. Okay, so now I've got the battery charged up. I've been able to use it for a little bit. We're going to take a look again at the build quality of this. Again, you've got that matte texture. It makes it easy to hold in your hand. It's not overly huge, so it's easy to take with you. And again, you've got this little kind of pull down and flip out here. And again, I've got everything loaded up, like my battery and my micro SD card. So I'm ready to go here. Let's turn it on and take a look at some of the settings that you can use on this camera. So we're going to hold down the power button for a few seconds just to fire it up. It's right next to the shutter button. And you have full on-screen controls for all of this as well. Your shutter button, everything like this works really well with the QooCam EGO. So now what we're doing is initializing the camera, and as soon as this initializes, it does take just a few seconds to do so. You can see that we're in picture mode by the bottom left-hand corner. Now at the top you're going to get a battery level. You're also going to get how much you have left in your micro SD card storage. This does not come with a micro SD card, so you will have to check that out for yourself, have one available, or purchase one. Now here, if you swipe up, you can adjust certain settings like your EV. Your format is just JPEG in your settings for picture mode, and then you can set your timer. So if you want this to go off, say you have it on a tripod and you want it to go off 5-10 seconds later, you can do that. Then your exposure can be set to auto or the fastest speed, which is sport, for faster moving objects. Now we do have, and that's just from sliding from the bottom up, and we do have that little icon at the bottom left, which if we hit that will change us into video mode as well. So you can switch back and forth either with the mode button on top, or you can do it from the screen itself. Now if you hit the AF button, or autofocus, this newest firmware has added autofocus in here, and you can manually set your focus as well to get that better shot. But I'm glad to see that they've put autofocus in here. Again, you've got that shutter button that you can either use the red button on top, or you can just use the on-screen shutter button right there to quickly snap a picture. And the mode button again will switch us over from picture mode to video mode, so you've got all of those options there. Now, swiping down will take us into our settings menu, and this is where we can connect to Wi-Fi, and we can do a bunch of other things as well as lock the device. We can turn our Wi-Fi off or on. We can adjust our brightness, and as you can see, it gets super bright, so using this in outdoor settings is not going to be an issue. You can also use this icon here to get a sharing code from someone else and then view it right on your camera. So if they take a picture or a video and they want to share it with you, you can do that as well. Going into settings here, the settings cog, you'll see your account, which you can set up for your Kandao account. You can turn on the camera hotspot. Make sure that your Wi-Fi, of course, is enabled. It does do 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So I have mine on my 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi for a faster and more stable connection. You can adjust your battery saving mode here. You can also adjust several other important things like auto sleep and auto shutdown. So if you want this, if you forget to turn it off, you can set it for 5 minutes and it will turn on. Auto stop recording during to temperature is important, especially if you're going to use this on hot days. Function settings, grid lines, screen lock, sharing downloads, and hide preview info are all here. I have mine on screen lock, so you do have your function settings there. Autoplay, you can set that for a different amount of time. System volume can be low, middle, high, or none at all if you don't want the system volume. Your grid lines can be turned on or off here. You can use this as a webcam, and you can change the encoding formats from MJPEG at 30 frames per second to H.264 in 30 frames or 60 frames per second as a webcam. Anti-flicker is here to auto 50 hertz or 60 hertz. And you can, of course, update your date and time, your language. You can go into storage and you can format your SD card. It'll show you how much is being taken up by videos and pictures. You can reset this, and you can also go in and check your firmware version, which you can also update via the app. Okay, so taking a picture here is pretty simple. You can either use the button on top or just the one on the screen, and I'm going to use that and take a picture of Dr. Strange here, and what it's going to look like is this. It defaults pictures and videos to side-by-side 3D. So if you're not viewing this on a VR headset or something like that, it's going to have a left and right picture that it puts together in a stereo image. Now I know it looks fairly odd looking at this on a 2D screen, but as we can see, the details are there and it is a very crisp and clear picture, which of course is going to be very good when it translates over into 3D. I'm also going to take a quick video here as well so that you guys will be able to see the video and of course hear the microphone quality of the QooCam as well. Even though you'll be viewing it in 2D, at least you'll get an idea of what the video and sound quality is like. Even though I'll be behind the camera, here's a sample of the video that I'm shooting right now. This is a test of the QooCam EGO and its 3D capability in video, also with the microphone quality as well. This is out of the box with autofocus on, and this will give you a good idea of what everything will look like and sound like. Now keep in mind that I am behind the camera and not in front of it when you're determining mic quality. So there you go, there's a video and audio quality from the QooCam EGO, and the video's resolution can get up to 3840 by 1080 at 60 frames per second, and photo resolutions are 8000 by 3000, so it's roughly 4 times sharper than Blu-ray when you take in raw numbers into account. Now again, when you're looking at this as a 2D image, as most of you will be, it looks like it's cropped weird, but again, when you see it in 3D, it's perfectly lined up and ready to go. Now, if you go to Kandao's website, they're going to have a few different things up here. The most recent firmware, which is of course always a plus to have. The QooCam app, which you can download for Android or for iOS, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. And they do have a QooCam EGO's YouTube metadata injector. And what this will do is it will put the metadata onto the file so that if you're going to be uploading 3D content to YouTube, YouTube will recognize your files as 3D format. The app is going to be the last thing that we're going to talk about here, and the QooCam app again is available for Android and for iOS. I have it here on Android, and it'll allow you to connect to the camera, do firmware updates, and actually control the camera without even touching it. So right here in Smart Clips, you have a bunch of different things like orbiting hyperlapse and hyperlapse that you can apply to your videos, and they'll give you tutorials and things on how to do these as well. It'll also give you a list of tutorials on how to update your firmware for different products and things like that. So this app is kind of a must-have companion for the QooCam EGO. Now you can use the camera by itself, but using the app makes a lot more sense and gives you a lot more options. Now in settings, you can adjust your stabilization with anti-shake on or off. You can save your location information or shutter vibration feedback, and you have all of those things in there as well under settings. If we go to the main spot here, this is where you're going to search for your camera, and as long as it's on the same Wi-Fi as your phone, you're going to be able to find this very quickly and easily. I'm just doing a quick search here, and mine should pop up in other cameras, and then when I click on it, it will connect to the camera, and we'll get a low resolution preview here of what the camera is currently seeing. So this is a good thing to have if you want to set this up on a tripod, never even have to touch the camera at all. You can take photos and videos right from the app. And of course, you've got some settings here, obviously, that you can add filters and other things as well to your photos and videos. You can adjust your EV, your autofocus, of course, and your other things can be adjusted right here in the app. So again, without touching anything on the camera, I can remotely take pictures and video right from the QooCam app. Okay, so that's my review of the Kandao QooCam EGO 3D camera with integrated viewer. This is a very high quality product in my opinion. If you're looking to get into 3D videos and 3D photos, this makes it really easy by doing the side-by-side MP4 video that you can share with VR headsets like the Meta Quest. If you are going to maybe get the Apple Vision that's coming up from Apple, you could do that as well. And you can share this to social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube in 3D. So again, if you're looking to get into 3D pictures and video, the QooCam EGO may be one to take a look at. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.